Welcome. I am N.S. Lavanya, Assistant Professor, Department of English, KCS Kasinadar College of Arts and Science. In this video, let's see the summary of Don Quixote by Miguel de Cervantes' Second Sally. We have seen the first Sally in the previous video. So, let's continue. The second Sally. After a short period of feigning help, Don Quixote requests his neighbor Sancho Panza to be his squire, promising him a petty governorship. Sancho is a poor and simple farmer, but more practical than the head in the clouds, Don Quixote, and agrees to the offer. Sneaking away with Don Quixote in the early dawn, it is here that their famous adventures begin, starting with Don Quixote's attack on windmills that he believes to be ferocious giants. The two next encountered two Benedictine friars traveling on the road ahead of a lady in a carriage. The friars are not traveling with the lady, but happen to be traveling on the same road. Don Quixote takes the friars to be enchanters who hold the lady captive, knocks a friar from his horse, and is challenged by an armed Basque traveling with the company. As he has no shield, the Basque uses a pillow from the carriage to protect himself, which saves him when Don Quixote strikes him. Cervantes chooses this point in the middle of the battle to say that his source ends here. Soon, however, he resumes Don Quixote's adventures after a story about finding Arabic notebooks containing the rest of the story by Cid Hamet Ben Engeli. The combat ends with the lady leaving her carriage and commanding those traveling with her to surrender to Don Quixote. Sancho and Don Quixote fall in with a group of goat herders. Don Quixote tells Sancho and the goat herders about the golden age of man, in which property does not exist and men live in peace. The goat herders invite the knight and Sancho to the funeral of Chrysostoma, a former student who left his studies to become a shepherd after reading pastoral novels, paralleling Don Quixote's decision to become a knight, seeking the shepherdess Marcella. At the funeral, Marcella appears, vindicating herself from the bitter verses written about her by Chrysostoma and claiming her own autonomy and freedom from expectations put on her by pastoral cliches. She disappears into the woods and Don Quixote and Sancho follow, ultimately giving up. The two dismount by a pond to rest. Some Galicians arrive to water their ponies and Rocinante attempts to mate with the ponies. Galicians hit Rocinante with clubs to dissuade him, whereupon Don Quixote tries to defend the horse. Galicians beat Don Quixote and Sancho, leaving them in great pain. After escaping the musketeers, Don Quixote and Sancho ride to a nearby inn. Once again, Don Quixote imagines the inn is a castle, although Sancho is not quite convinced. Don Quixote is given a bed in a former hayloft and Sancho sleeps on the rug next to the bed. They share the loft with the muleteer. When night comes, Don Quixote imagines the servant girl at the inn, Helen, to be a beautiful princess and makes her sit on his bed with him, scaring her. Seeing what is happening, the muleteer attacks him, breaking the fragile bed and leading to a large and chaotic fight in which Don Quixote and Sancho are once again badly hurt. Don Quixote's explanation for everything is that they fought with an enchanted Moor. He also believes that he can cure their wounds with a mixture he calls the balm of fair bears, which only makes them sick. Don Quixote and Sancho decide to leave the inn, but Quixote follows the example of the fictional knight, leaves without paying. Sanko, however, remains and ends up wrapped in a blanket and tossed up in the air by several mischievous guests at the inn, something that is often mentioned over the rest of the novel. After his release, he and John Quete continue their travels. After John Quete has adventures involving a dead body, a helmet, and freeing a group of galley slaves, he and Sanko wander into the Sierra Morena and there encounter the dejected Cardenio. He relates the first part of his story, in which he falls deeply in love with his childhood friend Lucinda and is hired as the companion to the Duke's son, leading to his friendship with the Duke's younger son, Don Fernando. Cardenio confides in Don Fernando his love for Lucinda and the delays in their engagement, caused by Cardenio's desire to keep with tradition. After reading Cardenio's poems praising Lucinda, Don Fernando falls in love with her. Don Quete interrupts when Cardenio suggests that his beloved may have become unfaithful after the formulaic stories of spurned lovers in chivalric novels. They get into a fight, ending with Cardenio beating all of them and walking away to the mountains. Quete pines for Dulcinea, imitating Cardenio. Quete sends Sanko to deliver a letter to Dulcinea, but instead Sanko finds the barber and priest from his village and brings them to Quete. Priest and barber make plans with Sanko to trick Don Quete to come home. They get the help of Dorothea, a woman whom they discover in the forest that has been deceived by Don Fernando with promises of love and marriage. She pretends that she is the Princess Mimicona and desperate to get Quete's help. Quete runs into Andreas, who insults his incompetence. Convinced that he is on a quest to return Princess Miconiconia to the throne of her kingdom, Quete and the group return to the previous inn, where the priest reads aloud the manuscript of the story of Anselmo, the impertinently curious man, while Quete, sleepwalking, battles with wineskins that he takes to be the giant who stole the prince's kingdom. A stranger arrives at the inn accompanying a young woman. The stranger is revealed to be Don Fernando and the young woman Lucinda. Dorothea is reunited with Don Fernando and Cardenio with Lucinda. A captive from Moorish lands in company of an Arabic-speaking lady arrives and is asked to tell the story of his life. If your worships will give me your attention, you will hear a true story which, perhaps fictitious one, constructed with ingenious and studied art, cannot come up to. A judge arrives and it is found that the captive is his long-lost brother and the two are reunited. An officer of the Santa Hermandad has a warrant for Quete's arrest for freeing the galley slaves. The priest begs for the officer to have mercy on account of Quete's insanity. The officer agrees and Quete is locked in a cage and made to think that it is an enchantment and that there is a prophecy of his heroic return home. While traveling, the group stops to eat and lets Quete out of the cage. He gets into the fight with Gothard and with a group of pilgrims who beat him into submission, and he is finally brought home. The narrator ends the story by saying that he has found manuscripts of Quete's further adventures. We see the third Sally in the next video. Thanks for watching.